AIO for dropping my doctor due to their business practices? I'm looking for some perspective here. I stopped going to my primary care physician because I had to argue with their office every year about whether a visit was coded as an annual checkup. In my case, fully covered by my insurance, plus I get a small HSA contribution for being proactive, versus an office visit, i.e., I pay a copay, not sure about the HSA contribution, simply because the doctor asked me a few questions that weren't on their approved annual checkup list. On top of that, they recently outsourced their lab, so when they said I needed blood work done before they would renew a prescription, I said fine, refer me to the lab. But they wouldn't do that unless I came into their office first, and wouldn't explain why, leading me to assume they wanted me to step on a scale, get my blood pressure checked, and have a rudimentary 5-minute chat with the doctor so they could shake me and my insurance down for a few more dollars. At that, I gave the staff a piece of my mind and haven't been back. I understand that the doctor's time is limited and we need to more or less stick to the checkup script so she can stay on schedule. I also understand that the relationship between doctors and insurance companies can be a bit tense at times with delayed or denied payouts. That said, this practice felt a little predatory to me. Is my frustration justified, or am I overreacting and this is a typical experience for most people in the U.S.? 1. Not at all. These people work for you. Fire at will. 2. This is definitely a typical experience in the U.S. However, I still don't think you're overreacting because it should not be the typical experience. 3. I work in healthcare. While I ask a series of questions at a person's annual physical, if they answer in a way that is problematic and want me to mange said problem, that is a billable charge. For instance, I ask people how their sleep is. If they say they sleep 4 or 5 hours, clearly not enough, and I tell them it's not enough and ask if they want to discuss how to improve the problem with medication, and they say yes, this is a billable E&M code which stands for Evaluation and Management. So now not only is this a physical, but I'm also solving a problem. If the patient doesn't want me to do anything about their sleep issues, I do not bill. Technically, any chronic conditions that I evaluate at their physical, like hypertension, I could bill for even if I don't change their meds. I'm still evaluating their blood pressure and managing their medication. My office culture is not to charge additional if no changes are made. But I technically could charge and justify the charge to the insurance. Additionally, I don't work for free. You want me to call in medication that could harm your liver kidneys that you could come back and sue me for not properly monitoring this while on medication? Lab work is not optional in these situations. So you want me to order the labs, review them, and call in the medication and not get paid for that service? Your lawyer would bill you per time frame. It's perfectly legitimate, but that your healthcare provider do the same. Hope this helps. 4. I'm not writing certain prescriptions for PPL. I haven't seen in 3 months. Or 6 months. Just depends on what it is. 5. Requiring an appointment before renewing certain prescriptions is pretty typical. Sometimes it's a liability thing.